Hello, language warriors. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my show. It's Saturday, June 24th. It's 9:21 a.m. here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and once again, it is a cool, wet day right now. I think it's going to get a bit hot later today, but right now it's pretty cool. It's 22 degrees Celsius, which is 72 Fahrenheit, and it looks like it's going to get up to about 85 today, which is 29. It's going to get up to 29 later. Not too bad. Welcome to my live stream. This is English Q&A session with Teacher Mark, and I am Teacher Mark. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Giuseppe. Hello, Miguel. Hello, Lena and Akane. Hello, Adam, my friend. Hello, Nagin. Hello, Samaya and Helen. Hello, Rihanna and Isabella. Hello, Fazeh. And Kaishen. Hello, Sarah. And Tao. Hello, Chlorane. Wow, lots of familiar faces today, which is good. Hello, Shizuka. So, welcome to my stream. This is an open stream for questions. So, if you have questions about English grammar or English vocabulary or English idioms or pronunciation, or maybe you need help with your speaking practice, or you're too shy, or maybe you have a job interview coming up and you have some questions. So whatever your questions are, I will try to help you, okay? But you must be patient. You must be patient, okay? The temperature in Kuwait is 46. Whoa, that's too hot for me. That's too hot for me. Hello, Mohammed and Karen and Anju and Alex and Sanaz. I'm pretty good today, Kiki. I had a very productive day working yesterday. I got a lot done. I was supposed to rest. But even on the days when I'm supposed to rest, I still do stuff. So I actually got a lot done yesterday, and I feel pretty good about it today. Sparks says, it's been a long time since I haven't had a live stream. No. Sparks, I was here on Thursday. Sparks, I don't usually have live streams on Monday or Friday. Okay, so Monday and Friday, I'm not usually here. But every other day, I'm usually here. Karen wants to know the meaning of assertive. Karen, to be assertive means it's kind of like the opposite of being shy. Karen. So if you're shy, then you're afraid to raise your hand, and you're afraid to ask questions, and you're afraid to do things. If you're assertive, then you're not shy. You know what you want to do, and you know how to do it, and so you do things, okay? So, this says 肯定的 or 独断的. It's like very confident, okay? What's the difference between home and house? Well, Rihanna, that depends on the context. Okay? Sometimes the word home and the word house could be the same thing. This is my home. This is my house. On the other hand, sometimes we say that the house is just the building, but a home is the feeling that the building has when a family lives in it. So, a house is just a house. A home has a family, and so that's a home. Okay? But, again, it depends on the context. In some cases, the word house and home are the same. Hello, Lois. How can you improve your vocabulary, Miguel? Miguel, there are a bunch of things you can do to improve your vocabulary. One is read. The more you read, the better your vocabulary will be. Read everything you can read. Get a good book and read that, right? Find a book that you want to read and read it in English, okay? Make sure it's not too difficult, but you can find something that's in your difficulty level. Okay? So number one, read. Read articles, read books, read journals, read restaurant reviews, read newspapers, read everything that you can read. Okay? Then, other things for vocabulary. The other thing that you can do, Miguel, for vocabulary is make a list of topics. So make a list like family. Then make a list of all the words that have to do with family. Friends. Then make a list of all the words that have to do with friends. Work. Make a list with all the words for work. Maybe you talk about your hobbies, your dreams, your goals, your past, your present, your future, your politics, your religion. Those are topics. And now if you choose a topic, then you can start to try to find all the words related to that topic and build your vocabulary based on topics. Okay? Isabella, my book is coming. My book is coming along. It's coming well. Actually, thank you for asking about my book, because there is something new that I would like to start doing. And you guys can help me with this. This will help me for my book also. I want to try to do something new. I want you guys to start sending me videos with a question that you want me to answer. Okay? So, if you have an English question that you want me to answer, like, how can I improve my vocabulary? Or how can I improve my pronunciation? Or, is grammar really important? Or, how can I learn how to be more confident when I speak in public? If you send me your questions, send me a video, make a 1 minute or less. 1 minute or less. You make a video, 1 minute or less, and ask me your question. Okay? You have to turn your camera on or I won't accept it. Okay? If you send me your video to my email, right there, the email I just put in the chat, send me your questions, and then I will make a video and post it on YouTube and maybe Bilibili or Douyin or something like that. So if you're Chinese and you can't see YouTube, I will post it someplace else. But send me your questions. Okay? If you send me your questions, I will make a video and answer your question and post it. Okay? So once again, here is my email address. Send me your 1-minute videos. Oops. It'll be good if I actually typed well. Send me your 1-minute video. One-minute video question. And also, only one question per video. One question per video. Okay? If you ask me 10 questions, I'm not going to use your video. Okay? Ask me one question on each video. You can send me 10 questions. You can send me 10 questions, but you must send me 10 videos. Okay? Lena, just use your phone. Just use your phone and record a short video of yourself, and just say, "Hi, Teacher Mark. I just wanted to know, how can I improve my vocabulary?" That's it, okay? So I said 1 minute, but maybe your video is only 10 seconds, and that's okay. You can just ask me your question, and that's all. All right? If you send me your video, I will make a video and answer your question and post it, okay? You mean, Ilya, you mean on HelloTalk? Yes, I can't post it on HelloTalk, but I will post the link on HelloTalk. So I will probably put it on YouTube, and then I will post it on HelloTalk for you to find, okay? Shizuka, you can just say, "Hi, my name is Shizuka. I just want to know this." Okay? You don't have to say some big long introduction. Okay? You can just say, "Hi, Teacher Mark. My name is Shizuka. I'm from Tokyo," or wherever. Okay? And then ask your question. All right? But you don't need to Axel says 1 minute for one question is a long time. Yeah, it is. That's why I said just no more than 1 minute. Okay? No more than 1 minute. Okay? All right. Let's see. Let me go back and get some more questions here. Hello, Maria. Yes, Sparks on Friday, and Monday I'm not here. That's right. Hello, Sadak. Hello, Marone. Teach you one idiom today. It can be anything. Okay. Raheem, let me teach you a weather idiom. So you could say, "I feel right as rain." I feel right as rain. That's an idiom that means you feel good. You feel happy. You feel healthy. Everything is good. Okay? After a good rainstorm, there's that wonderful smell and that feeling that things are kind of washed away and new, right? So when you feel good, you can say, "I feel right as rain." You're welcome, Karen. Does the word foreigner make people feel discriminated? I like that question, Echo. Maybe. Yeah, maybe, Echo. Actually, I think that the word foreigner in English, we don't use that word very often because we don't want to make someone feel like they don't belong. So we won't say you're a foreigner. We'll say you're from someplace else. We'll just say you're from Australia, or you're from, Mozambique, wherever. All right? So, but, Echo, I will tell you this, though. In Chinese, I often heard the word 外国人, and I do think that that word doesn't really have any good feeling. It makes you feel like you're not from here and you don't belong. Let's put it this way, Echo. There are some people who I know who have been living in China for 30 years or more, and people still call them 外国人. That's all I'm saying is, if you've been living someplace for 30 years, you're not a foreigner anymore. You are not a foreigner, so no one should call you that. If you've been living there for 30 years or whatever. That's what I mean. But, like I said, Echo, in America, because of everybody here's from someplace else. So we don't use that word too often. I think that people are more careful about that word now. Chloe, how to speak English fluently. Chloe, there is no answer for that question. Chloe, let me help you. There's no such thing as fluent. Forget about the word fluent. Someone told you that fluency is a thing. Fluency is not a thing. No one is fluent. No one can define fluency. No one can really be fluent, because to be fluent means that you can speak well easily about anything. I can't speak well about astrophysics. I can't speak well about microbiology. I can't speak well about computer coding. So fluency is a stupid concept that you don't need to think about at all. Don't worry about being fluent. Worry about expressing your ideas. That's it. The only thing that you should feel, Chloe, is, can I express my ideas well or not? That's what we're trying to achieve. And guess what, Chloe? You're never, ever finished learning a language. So there's no end. If there's no end, then forget about the end. Just focus on learning. Okay? What's the difference between have you and do you? Mr. One, if I say have you, then that means did you do something? So have you seen this movie? Have you tried this food? Have you been to China? We're talking about have you usually is talking about something you've done. Okay? But do you could be talking about, do you want to go here? Do you like ice cream? Do you think this is good? Okay, so have you and do you could be used to answer many questions. Okay? Quarry Design says, I'm bad about reading books. I feel sleepy when I read any book. Are there any other options for vocabulary? Well, Gowrie, I will say that's kind of sad because reading is a wonderful thing. If you don't like reading, it's not because reading is bad, it's because you haven't read the right things. I feel anyone who doesn't like reading, that's so sad. It's beyond sad. You don't know what you're saying, Gowrie. You don't really know what you're saying. We have millions of books, millions of them, about anything you can imagine. But you think they're all boring? No, you haven't tried enough. So, here's what I will tell you, Gowrie. You need to try harder. You cannot go through life and not read books. That's not acceptable. I'm a teacher. I'm sorry. Human beings must read. It's very important. You will not become a good human being if you do not know how to read. That is my feeling. Okay? And Gowrie, here's the thing. I just said you cannot become a good human being if you do not know how to read. You know how to read, but you're choosing not to. But guess what, Gowrie? If you choose not to read, that's no different than not knowing how to read. If you don't know how to read, you can't get the information. If you don't want to read, you can't get the information. So, not wanting to read is pretty much the same thing as being illiterate. Not being able to read. But you asked me for other options for learning vocabulary, and I will give you some. I will tell you that you must learn how to enjoy reading. That's number one. But if you want some other ways to learn vocabulary, yes, you can do them. Choose vocabulary by topics. So choose a topic that you want to talk about. Let's say you want to talk about sports. Okay, so write down the word sports. Now make a list of every vocabulary word that has to do with sports that you need to know and start learning them. So you can make a list of topics that you want to know how to speak about better. Write down words and learn them. Okay, how can you learn them? You have to use them. You have to write sentences with them, and you have to read them, and you have to look up videos about them and find out where the word comes from. Learning takes effort. Okay? Other ways to learn vocabulary, you can also learn about etymology. Etymology means the history of where words come from. And you can type in a search for any English word and then type in etymology, and then you will find the history of that word. And if you find the history of that word, many times the history of that word is very interesting, and it will help you know. It'll help you remember the meaning. It will help you understand the pronunciation. It will help you know and understand the spelling better. Okay? Reading books is against my religion. Well, Tokyo, get a new religion. Hello, Juan Carlos. Hello, Fu. Hello, Jasmine. Ilya wants me to talk about linking words. So, Ilya, linking words are kind of it's not as hard as you might think, linking words, okay? The truth is, all you need is a list of words. and then just alternate them as you feel you wish to. So, for example, you could say blah 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 blah. Additionally, blah 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 blah. Also, blah 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 blah. Moreover, blah 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 blah. Furthermore, blah 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 blah. That's all. There's a bunch of them, okay? And it doesn't matter which ones you use. It really doesn't. Okay, so let me give you a list of linking words, okay? And a good website that talks about them. They're also called transition words. Some are more useful than others. Some are completely, you can use them anywhere interchangeably, but some of them are only used for certain things. Let me see. Was that link too long? Let me see if that link finished copying. Oh, it didn't. One moment. That link did not work because it was too long. So do this. Sorry, Ilya. One moment. Let me see if I can find a link that will work for you. That link won't work for you because it's too long. It won't copy. Let's try this one. Maybe. Try that one. That one should work better. Okay, Ilya? People often say actually. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So, Ilya, that's the only trick to linking words is you don't want to use one word too many times because it makes you sound not so good, right? If you're always saying, actually, blah, 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 actually, blah, 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 actually, blah, 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 blah. So just, actually, and sometimes, also, moreover, therefore, okay? Okay. Shizuka, as can mean a few different things. It depends on how it's used. In this case, it's meaning like. If I say right as rain, that means right like rain. Rain feels right and clean, and you feel right and clean. So, like rain. Okay? Yeah, Waigolan or Lao Wai, right. Both of those words, I think, are not really that good because I've seen those words used about people who have been living in a place for a very long time. I don't think that's appropriate. What is the meaning of couch potato? Rahim, couch potato is an idiom that means a person who's really, really lazy and they spend a lot of time on the couch. Okay? So, if you sit a lot and you don't do a lot, you never go out, you just watch TV all the time, you don't exercise, you don't want to go out with your friends, then you are a couch potato. Just imagine, do potatoes move, Rahim? Potatoes don't move. So if you put a potato on a couch, then it will just sit there and do nothing. Right? Like you. If you sit on the couch and do nothing, then you are a couch potato. Ilya, the idiom buy a lemon is not B-Y-E, it's B-U-Y. To buy a lemon means a lemon, Ilya, is any product that was really poorly made. Like the quality of the product is really bad, so that means that there's a good possibility that this product won't work well, right? So, Ilya, I usually think about a car, right? Sometimes when you buy a car, you know, maybe one out of every 1,000 cars, maybe this one is a lemon, and that means that this thing, it just has a lot of problems with it, right? So maybe quality control wasn't very good, and so there's many problems with this one car, right? So any product that doesn't work very well consistently, we call that a lemon. All right? So when they say be careful you don't buy a lemon, it means make sure that you really look at the thing you're buying and study it and learn about it before you buy it to make sure that the product you're buying is quality and it works well. Please be patient. I'm trying to keep up. Stella says, I can't speak English well. How can I do it? Well, Stella, you start from the beginning. Stella, how can I speak Arabic well? How can I speak Italian well? How can I speak French well? That's not a real question, Stella. Stella, how can I be a good person? How can I live to be 100 years old? If you want to learn, everyone, if you want help from a teacher, then you must learn how to ask the right questions. Okay? How can I be better? That's not a question. That's not a question. Okay? Does the chat room make a profit? No. The topic is open. Can I suggest some good books? Moon, not really, no. Because, Moon, there are hundreds of good books that you could choose. But the books that I like will not necessarily be the books that you like. So you need to do what everyone does when they want to find a good book. Search. What kind of books do you like? Do you like romance books? Do you like action books? Do you like history books? Do you like science books? What kind of books do you like? Then find a book in that subject that is interesting to you. No, I cannot choose books for you because I don't know you. But you know you, so you can choose books for you. Here we go again with the question, what's the difference between assets and property? All property are assets, but not all assets are property. Okay, so property is the word we use when we talk about anything that you own. Anything that you own. So, your land is your property. Your house is your property. Your car is your property. Your computer and your clothing, all of the things you own, those are your property. Okay? Your assets means anything you own of value. of value. So, property could be something that's not even of value. Okay? This piece of paper is my property. It's not valuable, but it's my property. Okay? Is this piece of paper an asset to me? No, not really. Okay? Assets are things that have value to you. So, assets could be things like maybe you have some stocks or some financial bonds or things that you've bought for yourself as an investment. Any investment that you have, those are your assets. Okay, so maybe you're investing in a business. Okay, you could have a partial ownership of some business. That's an asset. If you have stocks or bonds or anything of value that's not real, that's your assets. Okay, your property are also your assets, but property means tangible, real things. Okay, so all property are assets, but no, not all assets are property. No, I don't make money. God forbid that there be one person in this world who doesn't care about money. Can I explain when to use have lunch and eat lunch? Maria, have lunch and eat lunch, it depends on the context. I could say, when will you have lunch? Or I could say, when will you eat lunch? And that means the same thing. Okay? Or I could say, did you have lunch? Did you eat lunch? Okay? So having lunch can mean eating lunch. But have lunch could also mean, do you have lunch? Would just mean, do you have something to eat? Okay? Or I could say, do you want to have lunch? That means, do you want to have lunch together? Go to, eat together someplace. Okay? You have big problems with at and in. One moment. This website should answer all your questions about at and in. Or on. There are many, many questions. Please be patient. I still have many, many questions to read. You want to know a good website that has short stories to read? Yes, Shizuka. You can go to this one. One moment. So this website is not perfect, but it's pretty good. I use this one for teaching sometimes. This rongchan.com. It has a lot of reading, mostly for kids. It starts out with basic reading for kids, but it has reading for almost every level, really. So there's a lot of reading that you can do there. Now, I will say that I have seen a few mistakes on this website before, okay? There have been a few grammatical errors in their writing. Maybe a few. Not too many, though. So I still think it's a valuable site and it's worth looking at. Okay? I hate this program so much. All right. What's the difference between benefit and useful? Roro, let me help you. It's much easier for me to just tell you how you can learn the difference, okay? I don't want to explain the difference between every word in the English language to everybody in this chat. And so here's what you need to do. If you want to understand the difference between this word and that word, then do a search online for this. Okay, benefit example sentences, useful example sentences. If you search for the example sentences of how to use that word or those words, read them. Then you'll see, oh, I see, I can use it like that. Oh, but I can't use it like that. Okay? Tokyo says, I never read once I finished school. I finished school 25 years ago. Tokyo, that's not something to be proud about. I'm sorry, man, but that's nothing to be proud about. Tokyo, I want you to think about any of the smartest people in the world, whoever they might be, Albert Einstein or Feynman or Carl Sagan or whoever you think the smartest person is in the world. Would you tell them that you don't like to read? Or would you feel embarrassed? You should feel embarrassed if you don't like to read. I understand, because I understand that reading takes time. Okay? But you still need to do it. If you don't like reading, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You need to try again. If you tell me you don't like reading, that's like telling me you don't like music. And I don't even know how to talk to you. If you say I don't like music, I don't know how to talk to you. That's like saying I don't like food. Okay? You don't like all books. That's okay. But you cannot say, I don't like reading. You can't. You just can't. I'm sorry. Nope. Can't do it. It's an ignorant statement to make. If you don't know what a good book is, then you haven't found it yet. Keep looking. Keep looking. How can I speak English directly without translating from Chinese to my mind? Yolanda, start simply. Start simply, Yolanda. You can think in English right now. Yolanda, do you like ice cream? 你喜欢冰淇淋吗？你喜欢吃冰淇淋吗？ If you like ice cream, then think, I like ice cream. You can do that without translating. You know you can do that without translating, right? So start with things like that. Just start with really simple things. Like, I like ice cream. I don't like ketchup. I like this. I don't like that. Okay? Just start very simple. Okay? The more you use simple English in your mind, the easier it will become. Okay? The easier it will become. Hello, Iman. Maggie, gracias por estos en vivos. Ayudan mucho con el vocabulario. So you want to increase your vocabulary. Maggie, you need to read more. Or you can try to learn the words that you like first. So think of all the things you like in Spanish, and then write down those words in English and learn them. Okay? Yeah, couch potato. 就是沙发的马铃薯. Teach you how to spell. Lela, no, I can't. That's not possible. Nope. No, you need a better question. Iman says, when I talk to a native speaker, they talk so fast. So, Iman, when you talk to a native speaker and they talk too fast, just say to them, I'm sorry, can you slow down, please? I'm sorry, can you slow down a little bit, please? That's it. Just say that. You have a problem with grammar. Why do I have a problem with grammar? Give me some advice. Nasser, then grammar is hard. That's why you have a problem with grammar. But don't worry too much about grammar. Worry about speaking. Worry about communicating. Nicole, let's call it a day means we're going to stop, or we're going to end now. Okay, so if you've been working really hard, Nicole, you've been working really hard, and your boss comes in and says, hey, everybody, we've been working really hard, so let's call it a day. You know, like maybe you're supposed to work until 5 o'clock, but your boss thinks you've been working really, really hard, and it's 4:30 or it's 4:45, and he says, we'll call it a day now. Call it a day means that's the end of the day. That's one day. We're going to say that's the end of our work day now. We'll call it. Calling it means saying what it is. Okay? Boda says how to memorize words in English. Boda, don't memorize words in English. It's one of the biggest things I tell people here. Memorizing doesn't work. So stop doing it. No one has ever learned anything well by memorizing. Find a better way. Bota, if you forget the words, it's because you didn't spend enough time with them. Just like people. Okay? If you can't remember a person, it's because you didn't spend enough time with them. So, think about every word like a person. Did you go have lunch with that word? Did you have lunch with that word? Did you find out where this word comes from? Did you find out where that word grew up? Did you find out if that word has kids? Did you find out if that word has a job? Did you find out where that word was born? Go have lunch with your words. If you have lunch with them and talk to them and spend time with them, you won't forget them. But if you just look at your word for 5 minutes, then you're going to forget. Just like you would if you only saw a person for 5 minutes. Echo says, when I talk to native English speakers, I feel nervous. Well, then relax. Echo, relax. What do you say to individuals who do nothing and make a living from others' generosity? Mosen, I don't spend much time thinking about people like that. I don't really worry too much about those people, so I don't even think about them. Matthew, assets may not give you a return or a profit. No, they may not. Assets just mean things that have value. They don't necessarily go up. They might, but they might not. But an asset doesn't necessarily have to have a return or a profit to be an asset. What do I want to say to Elon Musk? Frank, I don't want to waste any of my air on Elon Musk. Yesterday, a teacher here, he respect only students who pay gifts to him, and if he doesn't pay, he insults them. Who was that, Kiki? What do you call people who live in a journey? They move from place to another place. You can call them itinerant. Itinerant means people who don't really live any one place. They move around a lot. They're itinerant. Manycam can hear me. Well, I hope Manycam can hear me because I hate their program. This is the worst program ever. It crashes all the time. Terrible program. And also, the program is called Manycam, but I have never been able to make more than one camera work. That's a problem. Hello, Cecilia. Cecilia, again, I can't recommend books for you. I'm sorry, but I cannot recommend a book for anyone because I don't know you, so I don't know what level you are at. It would be useless for me to recommend books. I can give you the BBC Top 100 recommended books for English reading. If you do a search for top books for ESL reading, do a search for that, and you will find lots and lots of websites that recommend English books, okay, for all levels, okay? How can you improve your English speaking skills if you're too shy to speak? Meme 96, you can't. You can't. Okay? That's why the first thing that I do is I tell everyone, if you want to learn a language, then you must be a fighter. If you're not going to be a fighter, then you can't learn a language. Learning a language is like being in the army. You're not allowed to be shy, so put your shyness away and recognize that there are times in life when someone is going to tell you you must do something, and you can't be shy. If your kids need help, are you going to say, I'm too shy? If you see someone who's dying, are you going to say, I'm too shy? If you see someone who is being hurt and you should say something, are you going to say, I'm too shy? If you want to learn a language, then you must be willing to fight. So that means the first thing you have to fight is your fear. The first thing you have to fight is your fear. After that, then learning a language is easy. I might have some problems here, everybody. One moment. Let me see if I can clean this up. Can I speak Chinese? Yes, I can. You want some simple English books, Cecilia, then maybe you can start with this one. You can start with 6-Way Paragraphs by Walter Palk. That book, there are 3 levels, beginning, middle, and advanced. And that has, each book has 100 short stories in them. Each book has 100 short stories in them. Okay? Sorry, everybody, I'm back. Yeah, I had a little freezing problem. Sorry about that. Thank you, Adam, for telling everybody. Okay, so listen, everybody. I have just a few minutes left. I only have a few minutes left, but I want to tell you a few things before I finish here. One, I want to remind you again about this. If you have questions that you want me to answer, I will answer them. If you send me a 1 minute or less video, send me a video with your question. Use your phone and make a video and say, Teacher Mark, how can I improve my vocabulary? Teacher Mark, how can I improve my pronunciation? Teacher Mark, how can I improve my grammar? Whatever your question is, send me a 1 minute or less video with your question. And then I will use that video and I will make a YouTube video and I will answer your question. Okay? Send me your questions. Send me your questions. Send me your questions. If you send me your questions, I will make a video and post it. Okay? So that's one thing I'm going to tell you. Then the next thing that I want to say, very quickly, I want to do something. Do I have time? I don't know if I have time. No, I don't really have time today, so I'll have to do that one tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want to tell you guys about a new concept that I came up with that I think might help you. Many of you talk about how fast people speak. You speak too fast, you speak too slow, whatever. I want to show you that speed has nothing to do with language. Okay, so I'm not going to show it to you now, but tomorrow, if you come join me tomorrow, I'm going to show you how speed has nothing to do with language. I'm going to show you this using music. Okay? Just like in music, every speed is good. Fast songs are good songs. Medium songs are good songs. Slow songs are good songs. So speed has nothing to do with it. But feel does. Feel has a lot to do with it, okay? If you want to follow me, then you can go to this link. Go to this link and you can find my Facebook and my YouTube and my TikTok. And I just uploaded more videos to my YouTube channel. So I have about 18 live streams. I think there are 18 complete live streams uploaded on YouTube. You can watch them as many times as you want. Okay, you can watch them over and over and over. After I'm done with this live stream today, I will edit it and I will upload it to YouTube so you can watch it again if you want to rewatch and listen to my answers again. Okay? All right. I think that's going to be it for today, everybody. I have just a few more minutes, so I'll just try to answer just a few more questions before I go here. All right? Let's see. How can you get a thick accent of English? Shizuka, you mean how can you understand someone with a thick accent? And Shizuka, that's really hard. If somebody has a really thick accent, it's very hard for you to understand. So you can't really, Shizuka, the only thing you can do is you can practice listening to people that have accents. The more you listen to people with accents, the more you will start to understand people with a stronger accent, right? So I can understand people, even if they have a very strong accent, I can usually understand them pretty well. But that's because I have a lot of practice listening to people speak English from many different places, right? Oh, and also, I also forgot one more thing. I have watched my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, everybody, if you're watching my videos, please share them too. Share them, okay? You can share the link for my YouTube video and show some of your friends, all right? Because many, many people have watched my videos, but I haven't seen my videos being shared very much at all. Kind of disappointing. So please, if you go to my YouTube channel, then please also share, okay? You can find my YouTube channel right here. Here is my YouTube channel right there, okay? And you can go there and you'll see lots and lots of videos that I've uploaded from other live streams that you can watch, okay? Yes, that's right. Adam also posted the link too. So if you go to either the link that Adam gave you there or the one that I gave you, then you'll get all of my posts, all of my pages. Okay? Thank you, Solo. Thank you, Ilya. What's the difference between pronunciation and vocabulary? Pronunciation is the way you move your mouth in order to make the words sound, right? But vocabulary just is the meaning of different words, right? So your vocabulary is how many words do you know? Pronunciation is, can you say that word properly? Right? So is the word vocabulary or vocabulary? Or is it vocabulary or vocabulary? So pronunciation is the way you say it. Vocabulary is the words you know. Okay? Accent is your local, regional way of pronouncing things. If the area that you live in, maybe the people there, they speak a certain way, then that's your accent, right? So if you go to New York City, people sound a certain way. If you go to Texas, people sound differently, okay? Miguel, what about a YouTube Live? Miguel, I'm working on it. Miguel, it's just so much to do. I just am always overwhelmed, Miguel. So I want to do YouTube Live also, but I just haven't been able to do it yet. But it's coming, okay? But thank you for your loyalty. I appreciate that. Okay, everybody, listen. It's about time for me to go. But I will be back again tomorrow. I'll be back again tomorrow, so make sure you come back and see me again. I have almost 50,000 followers now here on Hello Talk. Let's see, what do I have? 49,039 followers. So, that's awesome, but I do want to hit 50,000 before the first week of June. So I need some more followers. So please share. Okay, go tell some people and have them come see me and join me again, okay? And share. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for following. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening wherever you are in the world. And don't forget, be a language warrior. If you want to learn a language, you can't be shy. You're not allowed. Okay? All right, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.